Hey math fans, it's lesson 3 of test 9. Get those swords ready. Today we are going to find volume, which should be a review, and we're going to use protractors to measure and name angles, which we have also done before. So let's talk about how to find volume first. When you're measuring in one dimension, you're talking about length. Okay, it's measured in a single unit, 4 centimeters, because there's only one thing to measure. When I add a second dimension, I get a square. And to find the area of the square, I have to measure the length and the width and multiply them. So because I have two things, I always have to put a 2. Units squared, centimeters squared. That's how I remember it. Of course, the real reason it's squared is because it's how many little 1 centimeter squares would fit in here. But easy way to remember that you've got to put that number 2 up there. Now when we get into 3 dimensions, we're talking about volume, and that's going to be your length times your width times your height. We measure that in units cubed. So for example, 64 centimeters cubed, a little 3, because there's 3 things I had to multiply. And again, that's not really what it's for. It's because we're talking about how many little 3-dimensional cubes I can fit in here. But that doesn't matter. It's just an easy way to remember what number you have to stick up there. So when I'm talking about one dimension, shown here in red, I have the length, in purple the height, and in green the width. When I go into 2 dimensions, I have the area, shown here in orange. It covers one face of the cube. And volume is the whole cube. What would fill it up? If I filled it with water, how much would it take? That's my volume. The formula for volume is length times width times height. I have here a regular cube, so I only need to know one of the dimensions. It's 10 centimeters, and since it's a regular cube, all of the sides will be the same. So this will be 10, and this will be 10. So to find the volume of this cube, I would go 10 times 10 times 10. And anytime I'm multiplying with zeros, it's really easy. I'm going to keep the same number of zeros. I have 1, 2, 3. So I'll put down 1, 2, 3 zeros. And then this number will just multiply. So 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 1,000 centimeters cubed. Must have that 3 there or your answer is not correct. Here we have 3 more shapes. I have a regular cube that is 8 meters on each side, very big cube. And I have a rectangular prism that is 4 centimeters by 6 centimeters by 10 centimeters. Pause the video here, figure out the volume for each of those, and then come back and we'll check your answer. So to find the volume of the cube, I did 8 times 8 times 8, which equaled 512 meters cubed. I need that cubed. And for the prism, I did 4 times 6 times 10, which gave me 240 centimeters cubed. Be careful here. Every now and then I have people who go, oh, 3 times 8 is 24. Not accurate. It needs to be 8 times 8 times 8, which is 64 times 8. Very different. And we have a review before our second objective, which as you know means that we'll have a video. Just a quick review. A rectangular prism has dimensions of 8 centimeters by 12 centimeters by 9 centimeters. What is its volume? And review, draw me a quick example of a reflex angle, an acute angle, and a straight angle. You don't have to use a protractor for those, just want to review that you know what they are. Pause the video here, do the review, and when you come back, I'll direct you to the next part. And our final goal for today is to use protractors to measure and name angles, and we did this last week, so it should be a review. And for this objective, I'm going to ask you to watch a Maths Mansion video. So if you go to www.tinyurl.com/mathsmansionangles, make sure you don't type angels, it's angles, you will find a video on how to use protractors. So please watch that, and I will see you tomorrow.